Here's Bryce here, and he's still. Oh, great, wonderful. So it's a great honor to present Sir Bryce, and the next slide. I didn't know. He is a holy wild poet whose book of poems, Chasing a Butterfly, is available now at FreedomPress.com, presenting John Keats. So we have John Keats in our midst. Please give a big hand. One of my favorite poets.
Bright star, would I, steadfast as thou art, not in lone splendor, hung aloft on the night, watching with eternal lids apart, like nature's patient sleepless eremite, the moving waters at their priest-like task of pure ablution round earth's human shores, or grazing on the new soft fallen mask of snow upon the mountains and the moors. No, yet still steadfast, still unchangeable, pillowed upon my fair love's ripening breast, to feel forever its soft swell and fall, awake forever in a sweet unrest, still to hear tender taken breath, and so live forever, or else swoon to death. Good evening. John Keats, born October 31st, 1795, London. Died February 23, 1821, age 25 years, 4 months. He was one of the English Romantic poets, and he knew the likes of Percy Bysshe Shelley and William Wordsworth. When he was 8, his father was trampled to death by a horse. This largely shaped Keats' understanding of the human condition, as to its suffering and to the loss of it, which in turn shows up in his poetry. He left school in 1810 to become a surgeon, became a licensed apothecary in 1816. He dedicated his poetic life to the perfection of poetry, building from simpler and shorter forms to the epic. In 1818, Keats took a walking tour of the famous and popular, with the literary figures of the time, Lake District. The exposure or exhaustion brought on symptoms of TB, which ran in his family, took his mother, took a brother, which death shook him hard, and which took his life at the age of 25. He had published his first works, poems by John Keats, the year before, to little reaction. And his first big book, his first big work, Endymion, in 1818, to violent criticism. Keats found fame only posthumously, thanks to his friends and poet laureate Alfred Lord Tennyson. Of his 3 volumes published in his lifetime, he had sold a mere 200 copies. Still, he is remembered as a lyric poet, and he leaves us with many gems, among them, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever," and "The poetry of the earth is never dead." I have an affinity with Keats in that when I was in London studying for the Honours English degree, I took a summer course at Keele University. There we studied poetry, among other literary works, and one poet was Keats. We read one of his sonnets. It meant very little to me. So that evening I took the poem and ripped it to shreds. I parsed every element of it. I found stuff about poetry and its construction that had eluded me to that point. Next day, I took my findings to class, all excited to expound upon my newfound knowledge. The professor said, "That was yesterday. We've moved on. We're doing Shakespeare today." Still, there is some invisible strand that reaches out of of the ethereal forever and touches us in our receptive souls. And so I try my hand at a sonnet, the Whiskey Jack. 8 years old in northern Sask and chopping wood. My axe is poised o'erhead to split a block. Weasel pops his head outside the pile of wood. I wield the axe, add kindling to the stalk. Though spring is nigh, the snow is deep, it's cold. Yesterday's Chinook, frozen rivulets. The garden waits for warmth and worms so bold. Native land awaits the spring's new minuet. A whistle song cuts the quiet, grabs my ear. Feisty, hardy, proud, gray jay flaps his wings. He'll do anything for food, shows no fear. Chatty Whiskey Jack, my own first sign of spring. Northern bird, he's asked us to stand up tall. Whiskey Jack, I heed your call.